Jai Shri Krishna. Namaste to everyone present here. As a chariot can't move with one wheel, similarly, without hard work, destiny cannot be being fruitful. I take it a great privilege in welcoming our Secretary, Dr. Ashok Kumar Mantra, Dr. Principal, Dr. S. Santosh Babu, and all the resource persons, Chief Guest, Dr. V. Ravindran, faculties, students, and all participants for this two-day international conference on applied mathematics and computing, ICAMC 2023. A day without prayer is a day without blessings, and a life without prayer is a life without power. Let us start today's program with the blessings of God Almighty. I request everyone to rise for the state anthem followed by the college prayer.
सत्योरसं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योगं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं भूतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणां कथते श्रवणो कथानां हस्तोपकर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः मृत्यां शिरस्तव विवाद जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टिस्ततां दर्शनेषु भवत्तरूणाम् नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनामविभेदेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
Deep Jyoti Parabrahma, Deep Jyoti Janardana. The light of the lamp is the protector of the world. I now request the dignitaries on the light to light our Kuthuvilak. our desire is to extend a gracious and inclusive welcome to all. For now, let's put aside our differences and instead celebrate what brings us together. I now invite our head of the department, Professor R. Venkatramanan, Controller of Examination, to give the welcome address.
And a happy morning and greetings to all present here on this monumental Monday. To begin with, I cordially extend my welcome to this intellectual gathering who bestow their valuable time for this international conference on applied mathematics and computing, comprising of speakers material in the field of mathematics and science. We have eminent participants with enthralling, enticing, surpassing knowledge and sagacity to encompass and adore us to be an excellent intellectual exponents in our area of study. I can express volumes of adjectives to illustrate their knowledge, wisdom, and uniqueness in this field. I am privileged to welcome actively, socially, humble, often, kind, keen, understanding, mentor, amiably, reverend, our Secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Munduraj. Sincere, ardent, needful, trustworthy, oriented, subtle, human, best, accommodative, boon, omnipresent, and omniscient, our beloved principal, Dr. S. Santosh Babu. Prudent, renowned, able, dedicated, established, eminent, professional, Dr. Pradeep G. Siddeshwar. Senior Professor, School of Sciences, Christ University, Bangalore. Vibrant, enterprising, nurturing, knowledgeable, articulative, trendsetter, surpassing, heroistic, Dr. K. A. Venkatesh. Former Professor of IIT Bangalore and now Dean and Professor, School of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Chanakya University, Bangalore. Devoted, honorable, accredited, reputed, majestic, amusing, renderance, remarkably astonishing, jubilant, Dr. Dwaraka, Professor, Department of Mathematics, IIT, Delhi. The noble, assistive, tangible, earnest, scrupulous, aesthetically novel, Dr. Nadesh, Professor of Mathematics from IIT Goverdhan. Venturous, idealistic, distinct, youthful, outstanding, typical, top-notch, omnipotent, matchless, admirable, Dosa Jain from Central University from Rajasthan. Leading, astounding, kindling, sound, hardworking, meaningful individual, Dr. Lakshmi from Chile. Masterly, adequate, diligent, humble, unmatched Dr. Madhubangal Pal from Vidyasagar University, West Bengal. So, and few more speakers are going to deliver the lectures on these 2 days. Dr. Usha Mohan, Professor, Department of Management Studies, Indian Institute of Technology, Chennai. Professor Bhaskar Ramachandran, Professor, Department of Computer Science from Anna University. Dr. G. Brittle Xavier, Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, Sacred Heart College, Tirupattur. And Dr. Nagappan Govindarajan, Professor and Head, Computer Science, CSE, Savita Engineering College, Chennai. Dr. T. Robinson, Associate Professor and Head, Madras Christian College, Chennai. Dr. Sunil Matthew, Associate Professor, National Institute of Technology, Calicut. Dr. Kusundi, Professor, Department of Mathematics, IIT Roorkee. And Professor V. Saravanan, Vice Principal, Academics, Faculty of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram, Chennai. I welcome all the invited speakers. So, identity is always unique. The unique personality is here. The unique personality is our chief guest, Dr. V. Ravindran, rational, appealing, vivid, innate, neuteric, delightful, radiant, abiding, noteworthy. Dr. Ravindran, Director, Institute of Mathematical Sciences, Chennai. Welcome, sir. A quote from Einstein: "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. The best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart," says Helen Keller. To synchronize with the quotes mentioned, our distinguished professors will enlighten us with their proficiency and enhance our vision to the next level of learning, application and research orientation. This conference would highly envisage the participants, the students and others involved, interested persons to pursue their studies in the research and development. It provides all possible avenues to explore the subject in various permutation and combination. The privileged participants, the HODs and faculties from various departments, the students from other colleges, and my dear students of our own department are welcome to witness this conference, and it is an added advantage to them to interact with stalwarts. This team of experts are highly adept in their field, and they can also illuminate the scope and employment opportunities in this field. I thank our management, the secretary, the principal, and the Lord Krishna of our present deity, and all the other staff of my department, and the faculties of Department of Mathematics too, who are very cooperative, coordinative, and the source behind this conference. I humbly thank them with joy and content. Thank you. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words of welcome. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So now moving on to the felicitation ceremony, I request our principal, Dr. S. Santosh Babu, to felicitate the chief guest, Dr. V. Ravindran, Director, Institute of Mathematical Sciences, Chennai, with shawl, nuts hamper, memento, and bouquet. I now request our principal to felicitate the keynote speaker, Dr. Pradeep G. Siddeshwar, Senior Professor, School of Sciences, Christ University, with nuts gift, hamper, shawl, memento. The principal will felicitate Dr. K. A. Venkatesh, Dean and Professor, School of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Chanakya University, Bangalore. Now, principal will felicitate Dr. Natesan Srinivasan, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, Department of Mathematics. I request our principal to felicitate Dr. S. Dharmaraja, Professor of Mathematics, IIT Delhi. I request our principal to felicitate Dr. Madhumangal Pal, Professor, University Nodal Officer, GOI, Department of Applied Mathematics, Oceanology and Computer Programming, Vidyasagar University. I request our principal to felicitate Dr. Vidyotama Jain, Associate Professor, Department of Data Science and Analytics, Central University, Rajasthan. I request our principal to felicitate Dr. Lakshmi, Research Expert, Institute of Alta Investigation, SEDA, Chile. I now request our HOD to felicitate the principal. Thank you, sir. In the absence of our secretary, I now request Dr. Jain Karthik, sir, to deliver the Secretary address on his behalf.
Good morning. On behalf of our Secretary, Dr. Ashok Kumar Mundra, we have received this message. Jai Shri Krishna. I take great privilege to note that Postgraduate and Research Department of Mathematics, Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College, is organizing International Conference on Applied Mathematics and Computing ICAMC 2003 for 2 days during 27 and 28 February 2023. I am sure that conference would provide fitting platform for discussing, developing and knowing applications of mathematics in various disciplines of science and engineering, including computing. In today's world, it is necessary to encourage and motivate young students and teachers to take up active research in the field of expertise. This will not only increase research output, but can provide solutions to society problems of the society. In this viewpoint, it is appropriate that the Postgraduate and Research Department of Mathematics of Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College is organizing such an international event for dissemination of knowledge to mathematicians and scientists of various fields. I firmly believe that sharing of knowledge has no boundaries. I am sure that ideas to be presented in this conference would pave way for doing active research for young research scholars and provides additional inputs for undergraduate and postgraduate students outside their curriculum. I take this opportunity to welcome all invited speakers who have spent their valuable time for sharing their knowledge and experience. I am sure the invited talks would be beneficial for teachers, professionals, research scholars and students. I am confident that the delegates who participate in this conference would acquire conceptual understanding and carry great confidence after attending this two-day event. At this juncture, I warmly welcome all invited speakers, teachers, students, research scholars, delegates and paper presenters who were part of this international conference. I congratulate the Principal, Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu, Head of the Department, R. Venkatramanan, faculty, invited speakers, sponsors, delegates, students and media reporters for their tireless efforts towards making this conference a successful and useful one. I wish the conference the very best in meeting its objective. This is the message from Dr. Ashok Kumar Mundra, Secretary, Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. Santosh Babu, Principal, DGVC Vaishnav College, to give the presidential address.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, good morning to all. Good morning. Dr. V. Ravindran, Professor and Director, Institute of Mathematical Science, who is the chief guest of today's program. I am happy to welcome you, sir, for this international conference. The other dignitaries are there with you today for sharing their knowledge. I welcome you all. Professor Venkatramanan and his team has meticulously planned this international conference on applied mathematics and computing. So we are gathered here for this inaugural. And we have faculties from various departments, HODs of economics, faculty from economics, faculty from mathematics, faculty from computer science, are here to listen the proceedings of the international conference. The international conference on applied mathematics and computing. It's a broader topic which is need of the hour to know all very well. Without mathematics, we could not survive in any field in the industry, whether it is manufacturing industry or automobile industry or whatever may be. Even when you go for medical field, now the people started using technology in their regular treatment. For that also, we need computing, we need some mathematical calculations to move the equipment during the operation, which is need of the hour. So keeping in that mind, the PG and Research Department of Mathematics have chosen a right topic. Not only they have chosen the right topic, with relevant to the topic, they are able to organize the learned person in front of you. If you want to get the input from them, you have to go to Bangalore, you have to go to Rajasthan, you have to go to various places, and you have to do. These group who are sitting in front of the auditorium, they have to spend more time on that to go to each and every place and to get the advice or get the content from them. But instead of that, the department have made them to come here after 2 days program of our college. 108 Swamiji have arrived at our institution for 2 days, and we have around 54 temples constructed inside the playground, and you would have visited all the temples. If you want to travel to all the places, it took 6 months to travel to all the places to see all the gods that we have created. Like that, we have created a god for you in various fields. They are going to give a lecture, like topic on remodeling Taylor, MCDM techniques, reliability and survivability. Like that, in various topics they are going to deliver. Like that, we have recreated the learned person to our institution for the benefit of the students. It is not only for the researchers and also for the students. Present students are the tomorrow's researchers. Those who are doing mathematics or computer science, whatever the program you are doing, presently you may be concentrating on your respective domain. If you want to be a researcher, you have to need, it is the need of the hour, you have to listen to the words of the research supervisors, or the need of the, it is need of the hour to learn, to hear the content from the professors from various institutions. Like that, this was created now. After 2 days, third day, it is a mathematical day. Not only mathematical day, it is an application of mathematics in the field of computing. In olden days, you know very well that most of the computing takes place only in solving the problem of the domain. They will write a program for financial management, they do write a program for payroll, they will write a program for library management, like that, for application side. How many years we can write a program for the same domain? Now we are moving towards the next era of solving the problem or replacing the human. In the terms of robotics we are doing, in terms of machine language we are writing a code, in terms of artificial intelligence we are writing a code. For all these things, mathematics plays an important role. Even in the construction field, if we want a house in which everything has to be maintained remotely, safe home management system. Even if you forget to switch off your fan, sitting in your office, sitting in your college, you can switch off the fan through your mobile. All these technologies, networking technologies, all these technologies, all these methodologies have arrived only through mathematics. That's why the topic today is applied mathematics and computing. Wherever we can able to apply the mathematics in various domains, we have to apply that, and you have to do computing in such a way that you can convert the problem to a solution. Wherever you have a problem, we can give a possible solution. It is the user can choose the best solution for them. Initially, we are happy with low-level languages. We moved to high-level languages. Now we are moving towards the English language. Whatever the code you want to give, you can give it on your own. That language will be converted into a code. That type of AI techniques have come. You don't want to write a code on Java. If you want to write a code on Java, you can give the requirements. The AI system itself will convert that requirements to a code. So like that, lot of application have came, lot of syntax, lexical analysis, all these have been consumed to convert our day-to-day life, day-to-day requirement to a solution. So the 2 days, I don't want to take much time of you because the learned speaker are going to start their session shortly from 10:45 onwards. So you are going to listen the various speakers content with various topics. Be attentive. Whether you are attentive in the class or not, please be attentive in this conference. You can get new ideas which is not taught in your classroom. That's why Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College is arranging the international conference not only for the outsiders and also for the students of Vaishnav College. If you go to foreign countries, you can see in the conference only there may be only 30 people or 40 people sitting in the auditorium, and the knowledge will be shared only among the 40-50. But as far as Dwaraka Vaishnav College is concerned, though this conference is meant for the research scholars and the faculty members, and we have made it for the students also. Dear students, be attentive, you collect the information, definitely that will be helpful for you for the future. With these few words, once again I like to congratulate the whole department is working for the past 20 to 30 days to arranging this conference by fixing the experts, by fixing the things, proceedings, preparing the proceedings, all these things. They have put a lot of work. I like to congratulate the department for organizing this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You have rightly pointed out the theme of the conference. Now let's move on to the most awaiting ceremony, the releasing of conference proceedings. I now invite Dr. B. Ravindran, Director, Institute of Mathematical Science, to release the conference proceeding ICAMC 2023 with ISBN number. I now invite Dr. Pradeep G. Siddeshwar, Senior Professor, School of Sciences, Christ University, Bengaluru, to e-release the department newsletter Math 5 2023. Thank you, sir. I now request our chief guest, Dr. V. Ravindran, Director, Institute of Mathematical Science, to address the gathering.
good morning to all the dignitaries who have come all the way from various places to teach, you know, the applied mathematics to all of you. I would like to also thank this institution actually for giving me this opportunity. It's indeed an honor, I would say, because if you consider, the amount of work they have put in, okay, I find, I'm very small in this actually, simply because I've just come here to sort of address, okay, there are people who actually work very hard behind this to happen. So I think, they deserve more credit to this entire event than anybody. Okay, so I really, congratulate this, college for, even thinking about having such a program, which, usually, many colleges ignore. Okay, so in that sense, I really think that all of you are lucky to have such a program in this institute, which is very, very rare, as your principal said, actually, that people have come all the way from various places to spend time with you and teach you all, actually. So it is indeed actually a very nice program that I really appreciate that this institute is organizing. Secondly, I also want to take this opportunity to, say a few words about what I think about research actually. Research, as you know, it's a, a pursuit actually. It's not something you do it because somebody is asking you to do it, or it's going to give you some kind, like money or property or these things. It is about getting some inner, pleasure. Okay. I think if you look at any of the scientists or mathematicians who did science and mathematics, if you ask them why they did it actually, they would say it's not because, I can become a CEO of a company, or I want to become a, head of an organization, or become, chief of something actually. They would simply say that it is a pleasure that you get actually, fulfillment, satisfaction. Okay, so that is very special about, research. Research means it's a pursuit of something, that you don't know what exactly it is, but you will do and you will get it only if you do that actually. Otherwise you will not get it actually. So it's a kind of feeling. It's like you're going to a temple, okay, and after you reach there, you don't know what you are asking for actually. You just keep quiet. Okay, it is that feeling that you don't know what you wanted actually. The immense thing that you wanted to ask, but you don't know what to ask. Okay, that's feeling actually. That is research. Something, people, there is a standard definition of research. What? You want to find out truth. Truth of what? Truth of things that we really don't know. Truth is actually something very abstract. Okay? Truth could be different for different people actually. So it is the feeling that, that you want to get actually is research actually. Here is an organization where they give an opportunity for all of you to spend time and learn from these experts about what are the advances that took place in particular area actually, this applied mathematics, what role it has played, what it is going to do, and things like that actually. So in this context, okay, I wanted to add, what our research institute is doing, just to sort of, give you an idea about, how it started and how it has continued as a research institution. Because you might want to consider at some point, when you want to do higher studies, our doors are always open actually. Okay. Before I say anything about this, one thing that impressed me a lot when I entered this, audience is to see a lot of women, girl students particularly. Okay, this is something that every one of us should feel proud of it actually, simply because this is what we are striving for since independence actually. That power that women students can get, women can get. I think I see here, and I must congratulate this institution for having so many girl students doing mathematics or science or anything. Okay, it's really a proud moment for me. I will take this forward. In fact, I will. I've been to many organizations to give similar speech, but this is one organization I have seen, college I have seen. The women's strength, girls' strength here actually. I congratulate all of you. And about my institution, I come from an institute called Institute of Mathematical Sciences. We have 4 divisions: mathematics, physics, computer science, and computational biology groups. We do basic sciences, no experiments. But of course, we don't have an opportunity to do experiments, but so we concentrate more on theoretical sciences, mathematical sciences we call, because as your principal said, actually, mathematics is basics for everything actually. If I want to do science, I cannot do science without mathematics actually. Okay, so it's mathematics is the most essential thing for all this. Okay, so we do all our sciences that we do in our institute based on mathematics. So we have a mathematics group doing mathematics that you are going to learn in next 2 days. That kind of mathematics we also do, and then we have physics. We use mathematics to do theoretical sciences, theoretical physics, and we also have a computational biology group. We use all this computational language that we learn from mathematics to apply to biology. Okay, and then we also have a computer science, theoretical computer science group, where, as your principal said, actually, this is the era of robotics, cellular automata, AI, and so on and so forth actually. So the kind of research that our institute faculty are doing in computer science department are of that kind actually. So we are working on areas which are very closely related to each other, and mathematics is actually the underlying thing that we use it actually. So without mathematics you cannot actually live. We gave several examples, how what mathematics played important role in society. And before I conclude, I wanted to actually also tell you that, as if someone asked me actually what is education, okay, I looked at Google actually what is education. Education, we have our working definitions, working meaning for all these things actually. So what is education? Education, if you look at Google, it says it is just acquiring knowledge and also passing on to people actually. As a student, you acquire knowledge from your teachers or parents or who are elders, and then you pass it on to when you grow up. Okay, you pass it on to your children. If you're a teacher, you pass it on to your students and so on and so forth actually. Okay, the same question was asked to Swami Vivekananda. He said, what is education? So his statement was little interesting. He says education is concentration of mind, not collection of facts. Okay, it's not actually, education doesn't mean that you have a syllabus, you go through everything, understand everything, and then reproduce it in an exam. It is just a training. It's not just a kind of a set of procedures that you do to complete the job actually. Education is a concentration actually. Okay, whatever field that you do, okay, it is that actually that Vivekananda says. I consider that is an important thing, concentration. Okay, so it is a concentration of this part actually, and I think this organization, this college actually, not only teaches these topics that you all see, it also teaches you an important thing called concentration of mind actually. Okay, and I'm really happy that I'm here today to actually witness this an important event, an opportunity for all of you, and I'm sure you will all enjoy next 2 days listening to the eminent people who have come all the way, okay, with the preparation, to teach in a way that all of you understand. And I wish you enjoy your 2 days. And I also wanted to actually add another thing that I always consider, and in fact, when I entered this, this institution, and I met them, these eminent mathematicians who have come to teach you, they said, we were discussing about something. I asked what is something, and they said actually it is about what to give back, actually, society, what we are. In fact, when I was traveling in the car, I was also thinking about it actually. And when I decided to give a talk, what I wanted to say. But they already actually have been doing actually. So it is not just you acquire things and go and enjoy life actually. It's everybody's duty to actually give back actually. And now you don't have to give back actually. You can actually, this is the time that you all spend time to learn things, okay, acquire things. Okay, you will get an opportunity to give back. At that point, you don't hesitate actually. You volunteer to give back to the society that you learned actually in some form actually. It could be any form. Okay, I'll give you a simple example in our organization. Our institution is the Research Institute. We train students for PhD program. Okay, and I recall an event when people started collecting money for Diwali, Pongal, and things like that actually, for people who are actually working at a level where the salary is very, very low. Okay, and then the idea came from some of us that why only collect money actually? Okay, why not do something for those people who are, no access to education, or access to education which is not of the level that all of us get actually. Then we thought that we'll start in a small way, an outreach program. What was the outreach program? It is, all our PhD students joined together, okay. During weekend, they decided to teach the school kids from economically background, families from economically background, because our institute is very close to a place where there is a locality called Kanagam, which is a locality where a lot of poor people live, auto rickshaw drivers, and many people, families who have very, what do you call actually, the access to good education is not that great actually compared to most of you. So what our students, PhD students, decided was to actually start a small weekend class actually, 3 hours each, Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Okay, we started this small school inside our institution, and we actually spread this news to nearby that area, that we are actually teaching basics like mathematics, physics, chemistry, assignments. So we saw a very good response, in the sense many small kids, they took their bicycles, they came to our institute. We also gave some snacks. Initially we thought snacks is an attraction actually. Okay, within 1 week we realized snacks was not an attraction actually. What really attracted them was actually that talking to these people, many of our students are actually not from, Tamil Nadu, they are from various states. And you won't believe that all the students who taught these kids who speak only Tamil are actually from completely different states who cannot speak local language. But somehow there was an understanding between these kids and this, our students, that there was a common language that they could communicate. They could, happily do their homeworks. So I really feel really proud of this particular, event in our institute, simply because the, charity should start at home. Like that, a research institute, we are actually training students because that was a mandate. But we could also, within the institution, with no, whatever, it's not going to, improve our institute's, whatever research capability or anything. But we could see that actually by doing this, the students also get a feeling that they are actually giving back at that time to the society actually. So it's very, very important that if you get an opportunity to teach your neighboring kids who cannot afford a good education, I think you should volunteer actually, because I think more than money, it is this actually is what we can actually give freely. Okay. So with that note, I congratulate all the organizers of this organization. I in fact, Venkataraman actually came to our institute to invite me. In fact, I told him that why you had to come all the way there. Actually, he could have called me and said, because I always consider, visiting colleges in Chennai and nearby places is an honor for me, because it's where I can see very shining faces and with a lot of potential, and the future is with you. I want to actually wish you all actually have a great time next 2 days with these people who have come to teach you, and I also want to thank all of them for coming here actually. Thanks for inviting me also to share my views with you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your influential message. We are really benefited by your deep knowledge. Thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. Pradeep G. Siddeshwar, Senior Professor, School of Sciences, Christ University, Bangalore, to give the keynote address.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Ravindran, I think I'll start from the left. Mr. Karthik Jain, Dr. Dharmaraja, Dr. Nateshan, Dr. Venkatesh, Dr. Venkatraman, Dr. Santosh Babu, Dr. Madhu Mangal Pal, Satyottama Jain, Dr. Lakshmi and Devika. Okay. So, and many others. I heard you say something about Ashok Kumar Mundraji also, the secretary of your institution. So it's indeed a pleasure to be here. Dr. Venkatraman said that gods have been brought, gods have been brought to the, that is the bhaktas. I would say, after hearing him, I would say that we were all brought to the dictionary. Okay, how many words did we hear today? Okay, so that was, so we haven't seen anything like this earlier. Now coming to the topic of the International Conference on Applied Mathematics and Computing, it's such an important topic. The college has very well recognized that, and in very short notice I think this was organized, and I really did not know what to speak about, because I was told that there would be a lot of students and there would be a lot of young faculty coming here. It's indeed very well thought of program which the college has decided to have. This is definitely my first visit, my first program that I am attending in this college, and it is not my last. Okay, so see, one thing very important about events like this is how much money is being spent to bring people, how much time is being spent to organize this. It is not an easy thing to make to arrange such programs. So the stakeholders of this particular event, they must make full use of this particular event, see to it that they benefit from this. Is it humanly possible to read all the books? Is it humanly possible to know everything? It's just not possible. So on occasions like this, you will hear from people what they have read, what they have understood, okay, and how they would communicate to you in their own way. Each perspective of many different individuals will be different. So from every talk that we hear, from every speech that we hear, from people who come here, you would be gaining a lot. So make full use of what has been offered to you. I congratulate Dr. Venkatraman and his team for having thought of this wonderful program, and my very best wishes to all of you in whatever you do, and to this college about which I have heard quite a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your spectacular speech. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belonging to us as well. I now request Professor M. Devika, Associate Professor, PG and Research Department of Mathematics, to give the vote of thanks.
Good morning to the dignitaries and the esteemed members on the dais, heads of the various departments, professors, research scholars and students. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the Postgraduate and Research Department of Mathematics in the inaugural function of the International Conference on Applied Mathematics and Computing, ICAMC 2023, amidst the most valued dignitaries present here. Our sincere gratitude to the management of Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College for the continued support in all our academic endeavors. I wish to express my gratitude to Dr. Ashok Kumar Mundraji, Secretary of DG Vaishnav College and Chief Patron of ICAMC 2023 for their incredible leadership and valuable guidance in organizing the international conference ICAMC 2023. I extend my deep gratitude to Sri Ashok Kumar Ketiaji, Treasurer of DG Vaishnav College, for the continued support rendered to organize this conference. I'd like to extend a big thank you to Dr. S. Santosh Babu, Principal of DG Vaishnav College, Patron and Convener of ICAMC 2023, for the minute-to-minute guidance, support and encouragement at every point of time in the organization of this conference. We were privileged to have the presence of our chief guest, Dr. V. Ravindran, Professor and Director, Institute of Mathematical Sciences, Chennai. Thank you, sir, for taking time out from your busy schedule and making it here on this working day for gracing today's inaugural function and sharing the thoughts, some of the best findings and experience amongst us. I extend a very heartfelt gratitude to most experienced expert Dr. Pradeep G. Siddeshwar, Senior Professor, School of Sciences, Christ University, Bengaluru, for accepting our invitation to deliver the keynote address of ICAMC 2023. We are all inspired by your great words, sir. Thank you, sir, for being with us in ICAMC 2023. I wish to express my gratitude to Dr. K. A. Venkatesh, Dean and Professor, School of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Chanakya University, Bengaluru, who has been a source of constant support and for the guidance given to organize various events of our department and for today's ICAMC 2023. This conference is a unique opportunity to learn from experienced experts in teaching. Our most sincere thanks to all our speakers from different destinations, advisory committee members, chairpersons of paper presentation, and professors for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones, and for their presence in today's inaugural function. I would like to thank Dr. Lakshmi K.M., Dr. Vidyotama Jain, Dr. S. Dharmaraja, Dr. Nadesan Srinivasan, Dr. Nagappan Govindarajan for their presence in today's inaugural function. I thank Professor R. Venkatramanan, Head of the Postgraduate and Research Department of Mathematics and Controller of Examinations, DG Vaishnav College, for the meticulous planning and executing this international conference within a short span of time. I thank heads of the various departments assembled here and professors of different departments and additional control of examinations for your presence in today's inaugural function. I thank the ever-smiling and non-tiring faculties of Postgraduate and Research Department of Mathematics for their support in this conference. I thank the teaching faculty and non-teaching members of DG Vaishnav College, research scholars and students from various colleges and students from DG Vaishnav College for their presence in today's inaugural function. I thank the technical team from Viscom department for supporting us in this inaugural function. I thank Mr. Kumaran and his team for the technical support given. Once again, I thank you all for being with us here today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We now move to the technical sessions. Third MPC and second MSc students assemble in the same auditorium, and math students and first MSc students, please assemble in mini auditorium. The session will start in another 5 minutes. The other college participants, either you can be in this auditorium or you can go to the mini auditorium. So in Dwaraka auditorium, the first session will be about the applied mathematics. The topic is remodeling Taylor's interflow for extracting further results by Dr. Pradeep G. Siteshwar, Senior Professor, School of Sciences, Christ University, Bangalore. And in Malabacharya auditorium, the topic is MCDM techniques by Dr. K. A. Venkatesh, Dean and Professor, School of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Chanakya University, Bangalore. Students assemble fast. Third year MPC and math students assemble here. Second MSc students assemble in the same auditorium. First year, second year MPC students alone stay back here. First year, second year math students assemble in the mini auditorium. I now invite Dr. S. Hariharan, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, to introduce the speaker.
Good morning to everyone. A wonderful event. I am very happy to introduce the speaker of the first session. A very delightful morning to one and all present here. To introduce about our speaker, Dr. Pradeep G. Siddheshwar is a professor at the School of Sciences, Bangalore Central Campus, Christ University. He has more than 180 articles to his credit and a great researcher. His articles in various journals include, some of them are like effect of rotation on Brinkman-Bernard convection of a Newtonian nanoliquid using local thermal non-equilibrium model, a study on entropy generation and heat transfer in a magneto-hydrodynamic heat transfer Wiley flow of a coupled stress fluid through a thermal non-equilibrium vertical porous channel. And he is a reviewer on more than 10 renowned journals, and he has made several invited talks, and he has been a resource person for many workshops and international conferences. His area of interest or field of research, I can say, they are approximations and scalings in fluid dynamics, physics behind the mathematics, fluid dynamics and applications. We are much honored to have you with us here today, sir. Thank you. Now, sir will present his topic on remodeling Taylor-Coolidge flow for extracting further results. Let us all get some idea, and we are eager to listen to your lecture, sir. The dais is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind words. How many of you understand anything that is written over here? Nothing, right? Don't worry about it. I'll try to simplify as much as possible. I will try to make it more common sense. Okay? There will be some maths, but the physics that I'm going to mention to you, it will be more of a common sense. Okay? So I'll try my best to simplify to whatever extent possible. Now, in nature, when we look around us, we see a lot of patterns. Okay? Suppose you are on an aeroplane and you peep through the window. What will you see when it is, for example, say a rainy season? You will see a lot of clouds arranged in a very neat manner. Okay, when you see out of the window, that's what you see. You see very nice patterns. And those patterns that you see out of the window, those patterns, there is some definiteness about them. In a particular season, we see one type of pattern. In other seasons, we see other types of patterns. Now, similar patterns were also seen in the case of, say, oceans. They were also seen in the case of lakes, for example. Okay, and even in experiments, when a certain type of experiments were done, they also saw such patterns. Now the question is, if patterns arise in nature, if different types of patterns arise in nature, can there be an underlying mathematics for that? Okay, and if at all it is there, can it be a unified type of mathematics that should be there, or can it be a separate mathematics for different patterns? Several questions arise. I'm going to address a few of them today, but most importantly, I would like to tell you that when we see patterns, the first thing that should come to your mind is that it can be handled mathematically. Okay, so that's what I'm going to speak about today. See, when I'm saying remodeling, it means this particular flow that I'm considering. When I'm saying remodeling, what will it mean? A modeling of that has already happened. Okay, we already have a model of that, and we have some results. So the topic very clear, if you read through the topic carefully, what does it tell you? What I am trying to say is that there is a model for the Taylor-Couette flow, whatever that Taylor-Couette flow is, don't worry too much about it. So there is a model for the Taylor-Couette flow, and some results are already existing. What am I trying to do? I am trying to remodel it so that I extract more results, further results. So existing results are there, a model is also there, but I am trying to get further results on it by remodeling. So that is what I am trying to do. So let us move on. By the way, I come from we have a Center for Mathematical Needs in the Christ University, which we started 2 years back, and we interface with different departments. It can be, of course, physics, electronics, chemistry. We are natural allies, but insofar as the activities of the Center for Mathematical Needs is concerned, we are also interfacing with the Department of Psychology. Okay, we are also interfacing with, for example, the Department of English. Unusual collaborations we would like to have. So that is the type of activity which we are having right now. And one next level that we intend going is to start consultancy and have industry-academia collaboration. This is what we have just started. Okay, so I hope it proceeds well. And tomorrow, suppose you have a need. Suppose you need to understand something which you did not follow, you could always write to us. We have an excellent group working in the Christ University. If there is a mathematical need, you can definitely write to us. Okay, so that's what you have. So now let us take, for example, the Taylor-Couette flow, and along with that, now I have brought in another. Okay, that is Rayleigh-Benard convection. Obviously, by the very nature of the talk that I gave before this, what does it tell you? That both must be concerned with some sort of pattern formation. Okay, both must be concerned with pattern formation. So now let us take this. Why is it that I am studying these two systems where there is pattern formation? Why am I studying that? I am studying that from various points of view. The first thing is, if I see from the physics point of view, then there is what is called as, don't bother about technical terms, okay? If you don't understand some of the terms, it is a natural feeling, okay? If you don't understand some of the technical terms, it is a natural feeling. Don't bother too much about it. I'll try to tell you as much as possible. Okay. So most important thing is, if suppose there is instability, sometimes or no, what do you mean by, what is your notion of instability? Something being unstable. What is that? Suppose you say some person is unstable. What is the meaning? Not within control. Okay, he cannot be controlled. So, instability, not always, the instability might be under control also. Okay? So, these things are there. So, now suppose you have a system, for example, a Taylor-Couette flow or a Rayleigh-Benard convective system. When patterns form, invariably these patterns form as a result of instability. Let me elaborate this a bit. Now suppose let us go to the kitchen. We boil a kettle of water. What happens in the beginning when you switch on? Does the water start circulating? It does not do. It takes some time. So obviously, when you when you are heating the water, the system gains energy. But the viscosity of the fluid, it prevents the water from moving, from circulating. After a while, when sufficient energy is imparted to the system, what happens? It overcomes viscosity, it overcomes thermal conductivity, and slowly it starts moving. And finally, it comes to the boiling point. That is what we observe. So this is something what we call as instability. Well, what happened now? There was equilibrium, and when we started heating and we started increasing the temperature, slowly the system became unstable, more unstable, finally totally unstable perhaps. Now when we talk about patterns, the patterns we can see only when the system is unstable to a certain extent, nicely unstable. So when it is unstable within limits, then we see patterns. So the pattern formation that I am speaking to you about today, that of Taylor-Coate flow and Rayleigh-Benard convection, both these instabilities, okay, I am going to see only those which are manageable. Okay, so patterns are seen only when the instabilities are manageable. Has it been hard to understand? Lot of maths, lot of physics? Easy? You did not have your breakfast? Is it easy or is it hard? Easy? So, the next thing, why I want to do this problem, is, I am a mathematician, I would like some mathematics to be there in that. So there are a lot of different types of partial differential equations, some easy ones, some tough ones, okay? Some I can manage through the mathematics that I know, some I cannot manage through the mathematics that I know, so I'll have to somehow manage, okay? Have you heard about numerical analysis? I think you have not had your breakfast. Have you heard of numerical analysis? So when you cannot do something, okay, within the mathematical concepts that you know, the functions that you know, when you are unable to manage, what do? You try to find some approximate solutions. So this mathematics that this problem attracts people doing mathematics for those reasons. And what is the aesthetic aspect? What do you mean by aesthetics? A matter of beauty. Okay? So what is that aesthetic aspect that one gets attracted in this problem? You see a number of patterns. Okay? You see a number of patterns. I will tell you as and when we proceed further, I will tell you what is meant by roles, what is squares, what is rectangles, what is hexagons and so on. Okay? Now Taylor-Coate flow. So what do I have here? What I have here is one that is cylinder. Obviously it is a hollow cylinder. If I am able to put another cylinder inside, the outer one is hollow, the inner one is a solid cylinder. Okay? and between these two cylinders, I have some liquid. Let us not say which liquid. It could be water, it could be engine oil, it could be ethylene glycol, or it could be just any liquid. Okay, so what of interest to me is the following. I have a hollow cylinder and a cylinder inside that which is solid, and the two are concentric. What is the meaning of concentric? Same axis, right? Common axis. So between these two cylinders, this region, okay, between these two cylinders, what do I have? I have liquid. Now, by the very way in which I have written down the figure, it is obvious to you that I am considering a very narrow gap between the two cylinders. So what am I doing here? I am considering a hollow cylinder, I am considering a solid cylinder, the two are concentric, and what is the gap between them? The gap is very, very small. In that narrow gap, what is it that I do? I have liquid in it. Okay? Now why am I doing all this? I am talking about patterns, I am talking now about cylinders, and I am saying that I am going to have liquid in between them. So obviously when you want to see patterns, okay, when you want to see patterns in something, you must have scope in it to have some motion. And which better medium can you have than a liquid? So what I do now is, I will have liquid between these two cylinders, very narrow gap. I will start rotating one of them slowly. Okay, what do? I start rotating them, one of them slowly, that is. Say, I start rotating the outer cylinder. When I start rotating the outer cylinder, there is nothing which I see in the liquid. The liquid simply goes around. Okay, there is nothing phenomenal that we see between the cylinders. Now, when I don't see anything, I'll have to try something else. So what do I do next? You rotate the inner cylinder as well. Okay? You rotate the inner cylinder, you rotate the outer cylinder also. So let us see what happens. The most amazing thing is, when both the cylinders are rotated, okay, when the rotation, the difference in rotation between the two cylinders exceeds a particular value, there is a threshold value, exceeds a particular threshold value, very nice patterns are seen between the two cylinders in the liquid that is present in them. What is the pattern? The pattern that you see between the two cylinders is the following. I'll just show it to you. Let us take this. See, people have come to this place not because they do not have any job to do. So please maintain silence. Now if I take this as the inner cylinder and this as the outer cylinder, I magnified it. Okay? So what do you see here? When you rotate the two cylinders differentially, meaning one with one rotation, the other with another rate of rotation. So what happens to the fluid between them? You see that the entire cylinder that you have, it arranges the fluid that is there between the two cylinders, it arranges itself in such a way that there will be some local circulation. So what do you see between the cylinders? Between the cylinders, it forms small circulating cells. and on top of that you will see another rotating cell. So that entire cylinder that you have, so what do you see between the two cylinders? You see small circulating cell, and another circulating cell below that, another circulating cell above that. So that entire column that you have between the two cylinders, you see very nice patterns like this. Okay, it's a beautiful pattern. You can go to the net and see for yourself. You give Taylor-Coed flow, you give experiment or visualization. There are beautiful videos available. You can literally see the formation of these circulating cells when the rotation is exceeded by a particular value. So this is Taylor-Coed flow for you. Okay. So what are you seeing? When you differentially rotate the two cylinders, you see circulating cells which form all start one above the other. Okay. A number of cells which are rotating start one above the other. And what is the direction of the arrow here? It is clockwise. What is the direction of the cell here? Anti-clockwise. So you see a sequence of clockwise and anti-clockwise rotating cells. Okay? So that's what you see. When was this experiment done? This experiment was done in 1923. Okay? Some of your grandfathers were not born, I think. So this is what you see. If it is done, say, through some numerical computation, you would see something like this. Anyway, don't worry about that. Now what I will do is, I will consider another system, and in this system, I don't have cylindrical geometry. So what is it that I have here? I have a rectangular box. Only a part of that box I have written here. Okay, I have a very big rectangular box. So what I am going to do here is, I don't have any rotation or anything. Okay, what I do is, I take this plate, okay, the lower plate, this plate, I heat the plate. Okay, what is the temperature I give? T0. Some temperature T0. What is it that I do from the upper plate? I take away some heat. It is like cooling in a relative way. So the lower plate I am heating and the upper plate I am cooling. Now what happens to the fluid? I have fluid in between the two plates. So when I heat the lower plate, what happens to the fluid layer close to the lower plate? It becomes hot, it slowly, it becomes lighter, so it tries to move up. Now, what happens initially is, when the temperature difference delta T between the two plates is not large, what happens is, the fluid simply gets disturbed. There is instability, so it forms what are called as internal gravity waves. Okay, some sort of unsettling is there, and that is what is called as internal gravity wave. Now when I make the difference a bit more higher, what happens? When I increase the temperature difference, the fluid at the bottom becomes very light. So what must happen due to buoyancy now? Because it becomes lighter, the particles, the fluid particles are very close to the lower plate, they must move up. And the ones which are there near the top plate, they become heavy, so they come down. So what you observe is, you see that fluid moves up and comes down, moves up and comes down. But now, what happens is, you will see such circulating cells, one next to the other. Is that clear? In the earlier example, the vertical dimension was infinity. It was infinite in the vertical direction. But now what is it? It is infinite in the horizontal direction. So you see that in the Taylor-Coed flow, you see infinite dimension in the z direction, vertical direction. Here it is the x direction. So cells form one next to the other in the x direction here. In the case of Taylor-Coed flow, you will see cells form one above the other. So in the direction where it is infinite, that is the z direction. Okay. Now if we see this, if we keenly observe what is happening, you will see that the circulating patterns over here also, if one is clockwise, they are